all you.
Emeka, congratulations. Just want to ask you what conversations you had with the Bucks at the combine and how much of their interest you saw there.
Yeah, I was recruited by the wide receiver coach kind of when I was in high school when he was bouncing around. Spent some time in the college space. So I knew him, from way back when I was, 15, 16 years old. So we were able to reminisce on some of those times. And really in the meeting I had at the combine with the Bucks, we were, kind of just getting to know each other, talk a little bit, also talk a little bit of ball, watch a little bit of film. So, I have very fond memories of it. It was a great time, and I'm excited to be part of the team.
Your thoughts about playing with quarterback Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, I mean, Heisman winner. It doesn't. There's not too many people who have that achievement. So, and he's done great things as well in the league. He's had successful receivers all the way around him. So I'm just excited to be able to learn and to grow with him at the helm of everything I'm doing. A seasoned vet like he is, and we were able to talk briefly. He texted me here shortly after I got drafted. So, just good to know that he's excited with the pick as well. And I just can't wait to get to work.
What did he say?
He was just saying how excited he was to get me on board. And, I feel the exact same way. I'm ready to start working, and I can't wait to be down there.
Speaking of veterans, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, those are two guys that played a lot of ball in this league. I think they've compared you a lot to them, especially Chris. In terms of your professionalism. What does it mean to join a group like that, and what you guys could potentially do?
Yeah, I mean, Chris and Mike, they've done it at a very high level for a very long time, which is something that I'm looking to doing in my NFL career as well. So I think just being able to learn from them, just the ins and outs of NFL football, and just to pick their brains on stuff. I'm a student of the game. I love learning about it. So having those guys in the same room with me is a blessing. So I'm super glad to be a part of it. And then other young guys like Jalen McMillan, he grew up in California, but he played for a Washington 7-on-7 team. So I've known him for, since I was in high school as well. And we've been friends for a long time. So just watching him do his thing at UW and now get to join him as a teammate, this is going to be really fun, amazing wide receiver room.
Emeka, how would you describe your game, and how do you think you're going to fit in with this offense?
I think I'm going to fit in great. I think that the coaches think I'm going to fit in great, which is why they decided to draft me tonight. So I'm just really looking forward to all the ways that they're going to use me and allow me to help the team. I think if I had to describe my skill set, I would say one who's super reliable, going to be in the right place at the right time. I feel very confident with the ball in my hands, as well as, making every catch that's asked of me. I've never felt like there was a ball in the air that I couldn't track or was a difficult catch. So having a quarterback to be able to put it up and just trust you, which I know Baker can do. I'm just really excited to get started.
Emeka, what was that phone call like when you found out that you'd be a Buccaneer?
Man, I was just like, I don't know. I was watching the screen, and then I was holding my phone in my hand and started buzzing. And the dots didn't click right away. And then I looked down and I see, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on my phone. So I answered the call. My mom started freaking out. She started saying, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh." And then my dad's yelling. So it was a very high octane moment. But it was a feeling like no other.
You had a few teams on your radar probably going into the draft night. Where was Tampa Bay kind of where you were thinking, oh, this is a team that could definitely take me, or were they pretty high on your radar? Or?
Yeah, I knew that from my meetings in Indy that everything had gone really well. Felt comfortable with the coaching staff, and I knew that I felt like I did a good job in my interview, and they were impressed with me as well. I think it was just a great fit. And coming up when the pick was rolling, it was in the back of my mind that they could be looking to go wide receiver, and I feel like I was the best one on the board. So they felt the same way, and it was a match made in heaven.
Like, what does it mean to be part of that lineage of Ohio State receivers?
Where's the booster? Oh my God. Jeez.
Bring him on. Your decision to stay at Ohio State, but to be part of that lineage of receivers, and just how well were you guys coached at that position up there?
Yeah, I mean, year in and year out, you guys see it. I think this makes 6 straight first-round Ohio State receivers. Wouldn't be surprised if it was 7 or 8 next year. So I think that we recruit like-minded individuals, people who want to win, who are uber competitive, and we push each other to the highest limit. guys. I came into a receiver room with Chris, Garrett, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, Jamison Williams, Marvin Harrison. So it's like we all wanted to share the field, and there's only one ball to go around. So that created a super competitive atmosphere. And we've honed each other's skills. We have a great wide receiver coach who has done it year in and year out. He's done it in the league. He was a wide receiver 1 for Miami for multiple years. So being able to learn from a craftsman like him has just helped us all the more.
This front office, this coaching staff, they really value strong leaders. What about you? Where did some of your leadership qualities come? What type of experiences or maybe some of the people you encountered helped shape that part of you?
Yeah, I've always felt like a natural leader ever since I was young. It was actually my 4th grade teacher who said she thought I was going to run for president one day. So shout out to you, Miss Sparks. But, I just felt like I've always been a natural born leader, something that I take a lot of pride in. And, I ended up going to school in Ohio State, 2,500 miles away from home. And, fast forward to my senior year, my teammates voted me captain. So I think that my leadership, my accountability speaks for itself. Other people who are around me, I'm able to lift up everyone around me and kind of, push my mindset in the way that I approach football and everyday life on everyone around me and make each other better. So I'm glad that the coaching staff values that because it's something I take a lot of pride in.
Are you more of a vocal leader or are you more of a lead by example leader?
I feel like it's, scenario dependent. I think that having an intimate relationship with everyone who you're trying to lead is what ultimately makes a great leader because not everyone ticks to the same things. You can't call out a guy who doesn't respond to hard coaching. You might have to pull him to the side or do something else. But something that I've always done is lead by example with the way that I live, with the way that I play football, the way that I approach anything in life. And I think that's the strongest testimony you can live is just the way that you walk throughout life.
Speaking of moving up far away from home, a little bit further down here in Tampa, what do you know about the Bucs? What do you know about Tampa coming into it?
I know it's hot. I know that. So that's something I got to get used to. I'm, born and raised in Tacoma, Washington, where it doesn't get too hot. And then went to school in Ohio. Obviously, we know what those games are like, especially in November. Played a couple in December this year. So that's going to be a change for sure. But something that I welcome. Hot weather is going to be nice, and I can't wait to get a little darker.
Who did you celebrate your draft night with?
I think the better question is who didn't I? There's like 100 people at my draft party. There's coaches, family, friends, my parents, my siblings, my best friends since high school. Everybody's here to help celebrate this moment. I'm so thankful they were all able to come and join me. I wouldn't have it any other way. It took a village. They say it takes a village to raise a child. So everyone who came to my draft party tonight has had an instrumental role in helping me develop into the man that I've become today. So, I wish more people could have even been here than there are now.
Have to find a quiet space.
Yes, I'm in a separate room right now. They're over at the other side partying. So I came over here to get some kind of get my mind right.
You mentioned playing in a crowded wide receiver room with Buckeyes. How do you think that helps you make a transition into the NFL where you won't be the featured target right away? I think something that I learned throughout my time at Ohio State, especially sharing the wide receiver room with so many talented players, is when you have a culture, when you have a strong culture built around your program and around the wide receiver room, their success just feels like your success. Like I can't recall a touchdown where I was, salty about my other teammates scoring. I was just as happy it was just as if I scored. So I think trying to carry that same mindset, that same culture into this wide receiver room, especially sharing it with so many talented people who I frankly look up to. It's just a blessing for me, honestly.
What's your message to Bucs Nation who's watching this right now?
Yeah, to whoever may be watching this,
Bucs fans.
Yeah, to Bucs fans, I'm excited to be able to learn this culture. I want to say thank you for taking me in, and I'm gonna bring my mentality and my work ethic and everything that I am, everything that I've been at Ohio State. I'm gonna be the same person day in and day out. So I'm just excited to get started.
Yeah. Thanks, Emeka.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Go back to that part.
Yeah, man. Just FYI,
We're working on